D.light originated for me really out of my experience in the US Peace Corps. I was a volunteer in West Africa in the country of Benin, and I was living in a very remote village, and I had no running water, there was no electricity, so I lived my life by the light of a kerosene lantern, and I know what that's like. I experienced that for multiple years, and it got me thinking that this just didn't make sense, because I would sit there and I knew there were LEDs and there was technology that could solve this problem, and the question was, why wasn't it happening?
Sam Goldman is the winner of this year's Charles Bronfman Prize. He's the youngest laureate ever to have been a winner, and he's the only Canadian, and it makes me very happy. Well, Sam was the founder of something called d.light, d.light. His whole idea was to help people in outlying areas of the world who were very poor, and so with others he founded these small solar-driven lights so the kids could read, they could study at school. It is tremendous. It is absolutely fabulous and fascinating.
Justice, equality, they're extremely important to me. I really strongly believe that we have an obligation, I have an obligation to try and make sure that everybody has the right to healthcare, clean water and energy and education and all these basic requirements that allow us to be truly ourselves.
You have a human being who really, really cares about his fellow human. And I think that's just quite wonderful. And I also think that is partly the way of the future.
The dream, the way for people to change their lives is through families getting educated and the kids being able to access education they never could have had, which is the same story I went through and read my grandparents' letters, and when their families came over from Warsaw and Ukraine, Kiev, Russia at the time, when they came over, the first thing everybody did was put their kids in school and used education as the tool to accomplish what they did. And the same thing is happening for a lot of the kids in Africa and Asia. There's a couple core values that I hold very dearly and which are ingrained in my family as well, and they have to do with helping to do more for the world. In Hebrew, you would say tikkun olam, healing the world. I think we all want to live in a world that we feel good about what we do with our work lives and how we're contributing. We've reached about 30 million people in about 62 different countries. That includes about 8 million students. Also, our customers have saved about $1 billion in energy-related fuel expenditures, and we have saved about 2.5 million tons of CO2, which is part of the way we can combat climate change.
We don't just give people the money and say, well, goodbye, it's been nice knowing you. Once you're in the prize family, you're part of the family. Every time there's a new winner. And I think about my children and the amazing present that they gave their father. I can't imagine anything more wonderful than that, but they haven't only given it to me, they've given it to the world. And for that, I am eternally grateful and eternally humbled.
Receiving the Charles Bronfman Prize is a tremendous honor for me and for my family. It's a real recognition of all the work that so many employees and supporters of d.light have made over the years and the impact they've created. And I think for me personally, it's a reminder of how fortunate I am. For those who are given much, much is expected. And so for me, this is, in some sense, it's a huge recognition and I feel so honored. And on the other hand, this is a platform and it's a motivation to go do a lot more.